Hello, Washam here and welcome back to small Higurashi When They Cry. Now, I think we all know that it isn't a garbage bag, it's probably a dead body. So, I've got two ideas as to who it could be. One, maybe Oi-san who's disappeared, but I think that's unlikely because they probably would have seen his car somewhere about, and Rika probably would have noticed it. And secondly, said Rika, it could very possibly be her, since she lives nearby. Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's see. We'll probably find out in 30 seconds. Breathing stopped. Thoughts ceased. Even time came to a halt. I ran over to where the crows were flocking. I ran there in order to drive a horrible idea out of my mind. I definitely hadn't wanted this. There's no way I would ever wish for this, even by mistake. This was not. This was not. The blue hair seems to point towards Eureka. When they noticed my vicious approach, the crows all flapped upwards, fleeing into the sky. When the crows' big black bodies flew away, they exposed the garbage bag. Yeah. Why is she bleeding from her eyes, I wonder? What caused her death? What had I seen there? The scream had escaped my throat before I understood what I was looking at. What was this? Sadako came over as well, realizing something had happened. And she looked over my shoulder, and she screamed as well. This wasn't a garbage bag. It's crimson, dyed in fresh blood. Ah, enough of this stupid roundabout way of saying it. That's right. Yes. It was Rika-chan, our friend, Sadako's best friend. Always easygoing, clever as a cat. But so cute you couldn't hate her. Our friend, Rika-chan. She was. Rika-chan was stark naked. She was face up, limbs sprawled. Her eyes were like glass, just staring up into the sky. And, ah!
Rika! Rika! Rika!
Sadako broke down crying on the spot. And yet, she still couldn't approach her friend's remains. The crows had gotten through the garbage bag and they dragged out an apple peel and spread it all over. No, crows. They couldn't do this. Ugh. Ah. On the spot, I started vomiting. The sour taste became a bitter one as I threw up over and over again. Rika-chan, her stomach was cut wide open, vertically, completely open. So I was asking about cause of death. That kind of sounds like a cause of death. Wait. So the crows are pulling out her intestines? Another? Yeah. Crows couldn't have done this. And from her open stomach, her organs, her bowels were dragged out, like children's toys left all over the floor. That unbelievable sight induced oxygen deprivation in my brain. Colour left my vision, a pounding headache, dizzy, and I wanted to vomit. It was like nightmarish remains, of a ceremonial killing. Someone, somewhere, had killed Rika-chan, brought her here, laid her here with the limbs sprawled out, and then cut open her stomach and dragged out her intestines. Red and pink viscera was sticking out of her gut, and her intestines were scattered in every direction, like it had been for fun. The entire ground was covered in an ocean of red and black. A few of the crows had hopped around inside that ocean. They walked through the sea of blood, leaving bloody footprints. And those footprints, there were several still left on Rika-chan's body. Those sinister prints made it seem even more like a bizarre ritual killing. I may have wished for Takano-san and Coach Doishi to die, but I didn't remember ever wishing for Rika-chan's death.
そうさ、俺じゃない、俺じゃない、俺じゃない。
I stumbled backwards, then stepped on a newspaper. A newspaper? In a place like this? The newspaper was what was covering my hatchet. I'd kept it wrapped up and on my belt in order to carry Satoko. And that newspaper had fallen off, and the blades covered with blood. Sheesh, don't scare me like that. I bent down to pick it up, and then Sadako looked at me with such disbelief as I'd never seen, and froze. But, okay, this has got to be another one of those things where he's experienced something, and it's not the same from other people's perspectives. Because he saw the crows first and then went to investigate, and he was there after Sadako. She was looking straight at me, at the hatchet, on my belt.
落ち着け、サトコ。これは違うぞ。
Sadako, trembling madly, backed away.
俺じゃない。俺じゃないんだ。俺じゃ。
She didn't care at all that she was exposing herself through the towel. She just trembled and tried to step back from the demon in front of her.
サトコ、落ち着いてくれ。頼むから、冷静になってくれ。サト。
Screaming weakly, Sadako began to run, unsteadily. Run. Away, that is.
待ってくれ、サトコ。違うんだ。違うんだ。
Does the hatchet have blood on it? The way she ran away, it was so weak, so slow. So if I wanted to go after her, I could have caught up. But if I tried to grab Sadako's shoulder or something right now, she might actually go crazy. So I had to follow her and try to clear this up.
高野さんを殺して監督を殺して
He had nothing to do with Takano-san.
大石さんも殺したんでござい
Oh
ま
wait,
しょう
no. Takano-san is different from I was thinking I've forgotten his name. Photographer guy. Anyway.
おじさまを殺そうとしてリカまで人殺し
違う。俺じゃない。俺は殺してなんかいない。
何を言ってるんですの。あなたさっき自分で言ったじゃありませんの。死ねって死んでしまえって。それでみんな死んでしまったんでしょ。
俺は死ねって思っただけで別に。
Maybe say that you didn't want her to die?
自分で何をしたか記憶に残っていないんでございましょう。そんな人の話なんか信用できるわけありませんわ。人を殺した時の記憶が欠落してるだけなんじゃありませんの。いや、記憶がないふりをしてるだけなんじゃありませんの。第一、 そのナタは何なんですのよ。説明してごらんなさいな。
これは。
ほらほらほら、圭一さんは殺人鬼じゃありませんの。どうしてですの？ちょっと意地悪だったけど楽しくて優しい、一度は本当のニーニーかもしれないとまで思ったのに、どうしてそんな風になってしまったんですの？
I might have been able to slowly answer each one of Sadako's questions at a time, but in this situation, explaining my innocence in such a short period of time wasn't possible. I mean, I didn't even know if I was really innocent anyway. At the very least, I killed, quote-unquote, Sadako's uncle. There was no body, but I killed him, without a doubt. At that point, I was far from innocent. And I wished Takano-san, Coach, and Oishi were dead, and that curse of mine was granted. When I wished for Takano-san to die, I didn't think of it as anything more than a normal thing you'd say to someone you didn't like. But then she actually did die. I realized that if I wanted people to die, they would. And, hoping it would happen again, I cursed Coach and Oishi to the same fate. So, even ignoring Takano-san's death, Coach's and Oishi's were completely premeditated crimes. Was I a killer, just like Sadako said? Was I unable to distinguish between illusion and reality, and turned into a demon without remembering it, becoming a killer who carried out Oyashiro-sama's curse? No, that couldn't be. It was impossible. Ah, damn it. The very word impossible was impossible in Hinosawa right now. How many freaking times have I said that word these past 3 days? Sadako had started crying again and was walking unsteadily. At first it felt like she was still running, but now it was like she was walking away crying from someone bullying her.
どうしてこんなことになってしまったんですの？どうして。
If there was an answer to that, then I wanted to know it too. Why? Why had it turned out like this?
ニーニーがいなくなってずっと寂しかったけど、圭一さんが転校してきてくれて、またみんな明るくなって、楽しくなって、毎日が光ってたのに。
Aww. Yeah, she was right. Those days were bright and beautiful. And yet, after that, Sadako and I shouted the exact same thing.
どうしてこんなことに。
The cicadas were sneering at the spectacle, our strange game of tag. Shut up. Eventually, I heard the murmuring of a stream. The forest parted, and a suspension bridge appeared. Have we seen this before? Oh! I remember this though. Sadako was crossing dangerously, wobbling as though she might fall at any moment. This was shown at the beginning of the game, like the press start kind of moment. And when I stepped onto this bridge, it swayed a lot, causing Sadako to stagger and fall on the spot.
大丈夫か、貞子。
近寄らないで。この人殺し。
Sadako shouted, the hatred made very clear. It was sad. If words could cut, then this warmth flowing from my eyes would have been with blood for sure.
どうしてこうなってしまったんですの？ケンイチさんのこと大好きだったのに。
Aww. I wanted to go up to her and give her a hand, but the distance between us was uncrossable. If I got any closer, Sadako would start shouting again, and say things that would hurt me deeply again. So I couldn't approach any closer than this.
貞子、俺にもなんでこうなったかわからないんだ。 でもこれだけは言える。リカちゃんを殺したのは俺じゃないんだ。それだけは絶対に。
いい加減なこと言わないでほしいですわ。自分の記憶にも自信が持てない人が何を言ったってどう信じればいいって言うんですの。
I tightened my hands into fists. This was mortifying. I wasn't crazy. Says a crazy person. It was I was crazy, ever since I wandered into it, lost on that one night. This insane world, where I was at the festival when I wasn't, and the uncle I killed was alive, where death would come just by wishing for it. It was this world's fault. Mion and Renner started acting strangely, like they were possessed by something, too, and Coach wouldn't believe anything I had to say. And even Sadako, who I should have protected, was yelling at me like this. Was the price for killing a man supposed to be this high? Was I really going to be forced to stay in such a bitter world? I did the right thing. At least I wanted to. So then, why? I hated it every time I asked why. The days Sadako and I enjoyed in peace went so wrong.
サトコ、信じてくれ。俺は人殺しじゃない。
I mean, you are undeniably a murderer, but...
ではそのナタは何なんですの。納得のいく説明はできまして。
このナタが怖いのか。じゃあ捨てるよ。それなら安心だろ。
Sadako didn't nod, but she seemed to be in agreement with that proposition. I clumsily took the hatchet out of my belt, then dropped it over the side of the bridge into the stream below.
捨てたぞ。これで話を聞いてくれるな。
武器を捨てたぐらいで気を許すと思いまして。圭一さんほどの方なら私を素手で締め殺すなんて簡単でしょうに。
Like how I would ever want to kill Sadako. You idiot.
じゃあどうしたらいい。両手を頭の上で組んだらいいか。
そうですわね。両手を頭の上で組んで後ろを向いてくださいます。
It was a cunning plan, much like the ones she used during club activities. Putting my hands on my head and turning away would mean I couldn't attack Sadako very easily. Immediately acquiesced to a request. Huh, that rhymed. Since it would make her feel better.
これでいいか。
As soon as you turn away, she's gonna run away, probably.
俺の話を聞いてくれ。
Sadako stood up, then carefully approached me from behind, maybe push you into the water. And then she actually came right up behind me. She was so close, and yet I was so sad that I wasn't allowed to turn around.
圭一さんが悪くないのはなんとなくうすうす分かっていましたわ。
え？
多分あなたは何か悪いものに乗り移られただけなんですの。さっきまでは圭一さんが殺人鬼なんだと思ってたけど、あなたの目を見ていたら。
I could hear that Sadako was still crying, but her voice was gentle just the same.
圭一さんが人殺しなんかするわけがない。圭一さんの体を何か悪いものが乗っ取って悪事に駆り立てただけ。
Was she speaking literally right now? Or was she trying to admonish me? I couldn't tell.
思えばひょっとするとあの人たちも圭一さんと同じものに乗り移られていたのかもしれない。
Oh, I was about to think, what is she talking about? Probably her aunt and uncle.
あの時は殺されるとしか思わなかったから、そこまでは考えが及ばなかったけど。
This feels like maybe something which game would have, maybe? Just my theory here. But by killing the uncle, whatever it was possessing him, then starts possessing Keiichi. And so the cycle continues, or something like that. I'm just trying to think. Maybe not.
今ならわかる。あれは乗り移った何か悪いものの仕業だった。
That was the case when Satoshi killed the aunt and got possessed, and then for some reason, maybe the uncle killed Satoshi, and then went fled into hiding. Then the uncle got it, and then Keiichi got it from killing him. It kind of feels like not quite though, but kind of in an inverse way, the Greek blood curse, or of it. The not that it matters. Let's just continue.
サトコ、何の話だ?
It was less like she was talking to me, more like she was talking to herself, like she was confessing at my back.
わかってるんですの。私、身に覚えがないわけじゃないんですのよ。
What? Satoko's voice started to become mixed with sobs. Her pained voice tore at my heart. But I didn't know what Satoko was talking about.
西宮殿の屋根によじ登ったことがありますの。何年も前のことですわ。
Oh, is that what she feels guilty about? She feels like the reason why I went after her parents is because of her? Once, when Satoko was playing hide and seek at the shrine grounds, she climbed onto the roof of the storehouse for ritual implements, which everyone said not to go near, and hid. Then Satoko saw that she could get in through a window went for ventilation. For Satoko, the word curse was plenty scary, but she was more curious about what was inside the unknown storehouse. She removed the grating on the window, which was already hanging off, slid her small body into it, and climbed down inside. It was too dark to see much, but after descending, she realized just how high up she'd been. Despite the darkness, she could see a few things around her thanks to the faint light coming in through the air window. And, to her disappointment, it was just a regular old storehouse. What? Wait. Perhaps is Keiichi deluded in every path? Like the delusion starts in the second one about when they go into the storehouse. What she saw of killing torture implements, and but from Satoko's point of view, it's just a regular old storehouse. She would have to go back. Did I read that? She tries to leave, but the door was locked up tight from the outside and was made not to open from within. She would have to go back out through the ventilation window she'd come in from. But the window was high on the wall, and there was no way she would be able to climb back up. Satoko desperately tried not to cry, and racked her brain thinking of a way to get out there. Oh, there were a lot of birdcage-looking things hanging by chains from the ceiling. Okay, never mind. It's not a regular storehouse. She took the hanging chains and strung them along the wall. If she climbed up the bundle of chains, she might be able to manage to climb up to the ventilation window. There was nothing else she could do, so she had to try. And try she did. It was dark and creepy, and she didn't want to stay there forever. The more she thought about it, the more she panicked. She climbed the bundle of chains. Satoko could hear the clinks and clangs of everything creeping under her weight, creaking under her weight. And then, just as her hand reached the window, one of the metal fixtures she'd used to stick the chains on the wall flew off, The chains all began to pull loudly and furiously every which way. Spurred on by the sounds behind her, she managed to get back onto the reef from the window. Because of the weight of the flailing bundle of chains, the other fixtures broke, and then one of the big bird cages hanging from the ceiling fell to the floor with a huge noise. Under it was an image of Oyashiro-sama, his vessel, and the cage took off one of his arms and trapped some other implements beneath it. I'm gonna have to go back to the second one if the arm's missing or if they even mention it. It didn't take very long for her to grow scared of what she'd done. The deafening noise could be heard from the rest of the shrine grounds. A few other children heard it and gathered around, and of course, Rika was one of them. And then Rika's father, the shrine's priest, with an angry look ran over, and then, as for what happened next, it was painful to remember. The only one who knew where Rika's parents kept the key to the ritual storehouse was Rika. So, he scolded her, saying that this happened because Rika pulled a prank and hid me in there. He was very angry and menacing. Just looking at him was enough to frighten anyone. He exposed Rika's back, took a strangely shaped ritual cane or something, and struck her with it several times. Aww. Rika's words at the time, "It wasn't me, it wasn't me, I'm sorry. That pitiful voice. I still can't get it out of my head. I should have said it was me. I should have said so, to save my best friend from that false accusation, without being afraid of Rika's father's terrible temper. Not temper. Rika gritted her teeth and cried at the crime she didn't remember doing. Ever since then, the world had been strange.
わかってるんですの、私には。これは、お社様のたたりだって。あの時、最後伝を怪我して、親友を見捨てた私への天罰だって。
お社様のたたり。
父も母も、濁流に消えた。意地悪だったおばも死んだけど、誰よりも私を可愛がってくれたニーニーも、私を捨てて、家出してしまった。そして、圭一さんが転校してきて、やっと楽しい毎日が戻ってきたと思ったのに、今度は、圭一さんが取り憑かれて、リカも殺されて、聞いたの私。お社様は本当にたたりをなすときは本人をすぐに殺さないんだって親しい人から順に殺してみんな殺してから最後に殺すんだって。だから圭一さんもたたりにやられてきっと今度はレナさんやミオンさんがたたられてしまうんですわ。
Huh. So does that mean... Okay, she's saying that Renna and Mion will be cursed next. I kind of feel like, since the first path it was Renna in particular who was doing the killing, the second path Mion was doing a lot more killing. In this path it's Keiichi. So does that mean next path it will be Rika, who's the one that's possessed, doing all the killing?
そして殺したり殺されたり、もういや。
Maybe I could be wrong.
落ち着けよ貞子。たたりなんかない。誰もお前をいじめたりなんかしないって。
Maybe it's from you trying to bring things into your own hands that caused you to be cursed, if the curse is real. Yeah. When I turned around, I was thrust away with amazing force. Given my hands were awkwardly placed on my head, I couldn't take the fall and lost my balance. And I'd been pushed not into the bridge, but to the side. Off the bridge, towards the stream. No, this can't be happening. Wah! As one last miracle, I was allowed to grab the cord hanging from the bridge. Far below me was the stream. We were pretty high up, and below were rocks of all sizes. If I fell, it clearly wouldn't be pretty. The entire bridge was tilting under my body's weight. My frail little grip probably wouldn't last another minute before my fingers had to let go.
Satoko! Satoko!
I didn't understand myself, what I meant by shouting her name then. Was I asking her to save me? Or was I asking her why she did this? Finally, everything came back into focus, and I saw Sadako. And I was surprised. What an odd expression she had. It was the first time I'd seen it. Probably the first time we'll see it, but that will have to wait until next time. If you all enjoyed, let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya.